ADHD and the feeling of being overwhelmed. I started panicking on a tram yesterday, and I want to just go through it with you so you can understand the brain of an ADHD. I find there's a lot of misinterpretation online, and in some respects it's showing that it's funny, and sometimes it's really not. This is for anyone with ADHD who wants to feel seen, and anybody else who wants to understand ADHD a little bit better. Now, the majority of us ADHDers have sensitivity to sound. It doesn't always mean loud noises. It may mean sudden noises or multiple noises, and one or two of those being overpowering. This can actually send us on a complete spiral, including like hitting our head. I got on the tram yesterday and everything was fine. Then more people started to get also on the tram. Now, it was also quite hot, so my feelings are already kind of unusual to me. Don't get me wrong, everyone gets irritated a little bit when it's hot, but I'm just painting the whole picture. As more people started to get on, there was different levels of volume, and then I was in a tight, crowded space. This left me feeling so overwhelmed that I had to start box breathing, and I started freaking out, and I generally thought I was going to have to get off, until a kind man actually said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I think so, I will be," and I was able to just continue breathing and get myself sorted in the situation and get off at a normal time. But sometimes you might see an ADHD freaking out. Instead of thinking, "What a weirdo," maybe ask them if they're okay. Help them do some breathing techniques if needs be. Because we don't mean to be this way. We don't mean to look different. Well, sometimes we do, like, but I mean in those kind of circumstances. Just multiple noises and then the lack of space caused me to feel really, really overwhelmed. Now, when we get overwhelmed, it does tend to cause either a panic or an outburst. We might look like arseholes for having outbursts. This is things such as like punching walls, screaming, hitting our head. We don't mean to make anybody feel intimidated or freak anybody out. It's just the fact that we can't contain our own feelings inside, and sometimes we don't know what to do, that it just comes out like that. This behavior usually does happen more in children than it does adults, because obviously when we get to adulthood, we know kind of what is and isn't acceptable. But sometimes that can still be really, really hard to contain. Sometimes completely impossible, depending on what headspace you're in and what's already going on up there. Our thought process is 20 times faster than everybody else's. You already hear multiple things up there. But when you add extra background, it leaves us feeling in a panic. Hey, I'm Joey. I'm an ADHD music artist. I hope that I can help you feel seen and educate those who maybe have a partner or somebody in the family with ADHD, because it's not always as funny as it seems online. Don't get me wrong, we have our good sides too, but it really is an emotional roller coaster every single day, no matter how much you learn about it. We're all about being kind here, and if you can do me a solid and chuck me a little follow to show some support, I'd be very, very appreciative.